Hi, welcome. Simon here, and I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll be doing a screen replacement, and I'll walk you through step by step on how to do that. I have a MacBook Air. This is a 13-inch model, and mine is the Rosy Gold. If you have the 2018 or the 2019 model, you can follow along with the video because they are the same specs and they are the same process on this screen replacement. Let me show it to you on the back of the laptop. If you flip it around, you take a closer look. The model of this is A1932. So the first thing you need to do is to get a Pentalope screwdriver and go ahead and remove the back cover. I will list all the tools and also the new screen in the description below. So if you click on the description below, it will direct you to either Amazon or either to eBay, where you can buy and purchase the tools as well as the replacement screen. Now this replacement screen I got is the full assembly, meaning that it comes with a hinge, it comes with the display board, the LCD, and the top cover. Pretty much is the full entire set of this, and I'll show it to you what it looks like. So this is the entire screen, a replacement assembly, Rosy Gold. It has the hinge, it has the display board with the cable and a full LCD screen on it. I highly recommend you to buy the entire set rather than just buying the LCD itself or the glass and replace on your own. Alright, once you remove all the screws, the next step you like to do is to pop open the back cover. And that is the back of your laptop. The first thing I like to do is to disconnect the battery. So there's a little plastic here. So let's go ahead and peel the plastic. And you can see the expose of the cable. What I like to do is I like to use the push and pull method. So my left hand is pulling the cable while my right hand is pushing that connector away. Push and pull method to disconnect the battery. Now once you disconnect the battery, we can start working on the screen replacement. I like to zoom in a little more so that you can have a closer look. We'll be working on the top part right here most of the time. This is a T3. Let's go ahead and remove the oops, it might be a T4. So use the T4. I apologize, it is not a T3. Remove the two screws and remove this bracket here that is for holding onto your Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. Got a plastic prying tool. Go ahead and pry open the cable by just lifting it straight up. They are like a Lego connector. It just snap on to install. Leave it straight up to remove and disconnect the cable. Alright, the next step I like to do is to get a T4, I believe it's a T4 screwdriver, and then go ahead and remove the Wi-Fi antenna. Make sure you do not mix match the screws, they are not the same size, and we want to make sure to put them back all together in a proper way. 4 screws, and that is to hold on to this Wi-Fi antenna. Alright, before we can remove the Wi-Fi antenna, we are using the same T4, and let's disconnect the cable here. This cable here is actually holding onto the display board. it connects between the display board to the motherboard. And this connector right here, lift it straight up, and that's how you disconnect it. All right, let's move on to the next step. I'd like to point out to you is on the new screen, if you take a closer look here, the new screen does not have the bracket. So there is a bracket that covers up the connector here. It doesn't come on the new screen. So what you have to do is you have to transfer the bracket, this here, both of them onto the new screen. Get yourself a T3 screwdriver to remove the bracket, and later on we'll be transferring over to the new screen. Back with the T4, we are removing the 2 screws. This 2 screw is to hold on to the display board. Right, so once you remove the 2 screw, you can see that the display board is free and ready to go. Now the Wi-Fi antenna is ready to be popped open. You may feel some challenging because the clipper is held on to the base and is pretty tight. Sometimes you may have to wiggle until you get it straight out. So if you take a closer look, I was having some difficulties to remove it. Like I said, the metal bracket right here at the bottom, it is somewhat connected to the base of the laptop right here. So you may have some difficulties to pry it open, but the goal is pretty straightforward, meaning that the display board, it went in between the Wi-Fi antenna like this, right? And then this thing is just gonna sit on top. So you may have to wiggle, put some pressure onto it and pop it straight up. Now once you have the Wi-Fi antenna removed, let's put them on the side. And the next step you would like to do is to get yourself a T8. This is a T8 screwdriver. We are going to remove the hinge. Yeah, 6 screws total, 3 on each side. Once you remove that 6 screws, you should be able to pop open the screen. So let me show you how to do that. So I'll zoom out a little bit. At this point here, you want to open up your laptop. I would open more than 90-degree angle. Try to push it all the way to the back, and you can slide the hinge straight up. And the other one would just be the same. You just want to slide it out. All right, once you slide out, the entire screen will just pop out entirely, just like that. All right, here comes the new screen. What you want to do is you want to open up the hinge all the way to the back, and we are ready to install. What you want to do is you want to make sure that this display board is above on top of the laptop. Now, once you have that in the right place, so we want to work on the hinge. So you want to slide it back in. So we slide it out earlier, and this is how we slide it back in. And then make sure the cable is all the way on the top. And let's work on the other side up here. Slide it in. Check again on the cable. Make sure the display board cable is on the top. And what I like to do is I like to put one screw on each side of the hinge so that we can close the screen back together. So put that one screw back on. And then do it on the other side. Once we have both screws installed, now you can close the screen and we can rework again in a better position like this. Let me zoom it back in a little so we can focus on the top here. Let's go ahead and finish up putting all the screws on the hinge. If you're still following along with my video here, you're pretty much halfway through the process. So I'd like to take a moment and pause the video. Well, I'd like you to take a moment to pause the video. Make sure you click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And that would definitely helps me to motivate myself to make more this type of laptop repair video for you. And if you have any question, make sure you comment below. I do read the comments and I do answer any of your questions through the comments. So don't feel shy, don't feel hesitate. Just comment below if you have any question, you have doubt in your repair, or if you spot that I might make a mistake on my video, just let me know and I'll correct those mistakes. Well, thanks for watching and thanks for clicking the like button and subscribe. And do not forget the notification bell. Let's get back to the video. All right, so now once you have that done, what you want to do is we are going to slide this display board cable back in between the Wi-Fi antenna, right? And we want to push the cable down slightly little, and we want to install the two screws that we removed, right? And these two screws are the one that holds on to the display board. So now what I want to do is to kind of press it down. I know that the Wi-Fi antenna was popped open with some difficulties. Now pushing it back down might be a bit of a challenge. So once you have it down in the right position, you're going to press and hold. Get the screws back onto it. There are 4 screws total. So put the screws back in. All right, and you're set. Remember about the bracket from the old screen. We took it off. Now we're transferring back to that new screen here. So get your T3. T3 is the right screw for this process. T4 is slightly too big for it. So get your T3 and take your time. There's no rush in this process. So I'd rather take the time and get it done correctly than trying to rush it and miss the steps, and coming back to fix it might be a more troublesome. So I hope that each of the process I do explain myself clear enough so that you can follow without any problem. And again, if you're still following the video, you're almost done, and I'm pretty sure you can finish up the rest of it. The difficult part is already over. Now it's just to put things back together. Alright, remember this LCD screen, they're kind of like Lego. Do not force it down. What you want to do is you want to make sure you align them in the right position. And when you press it down, it should feel quite straightforward and easy to push it in. Once the bracket is up, put the 2 screws in and and you're set. Now remember about the Wi-Fi antenna cable. I will take extremely cautious because you do not want to bend or any damage to the connector right here. You see my little pointy plastic pointy here? That little circle, do not break or bend that circle, right? So make sure your Wi-Fi connector aligns it with that circle in the right position, and it should be just a tiny push and you should be able to install the Wi-Fi cable. Do not force and press it hard. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Okay, once it's installed, put the bracket back on. And last but not least is to install the cable. So slide it back to your right and push it all the way in. That is for the battery. Now that is all set and done, the next step is to install the back cover. So align the back cover properly to the top left corner here, as well as the top right corner. Once they have them both aligned in the right position, go ahead and press it down a little bit. And we can finish it up by putting the screws back in. Use your Pentalope screwdriver and put all the screws back to cover up the back cover. Again, if you still following along the video, you're 99% done. Just few more screws and you'll be all set and with the new screen installed. If you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit the notification bell. I really appreciate you for doing that. And do not forget the description in the description below, you will find a link where I can direct you to either Amazon or to eBay, where you can find the replacement parts for the tools and as well as the screen replacement. All right. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you that. And comment below, let me know if you were able to follow my video and get your screen replaced. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye now.